I think the biggest obstacle that at least in New York State, is up against is one of scale. The mom and pops, like I'd call this facility a mom and pop, it's a standalone 74-bed facility, is not something that you generally see as much of anymore, because the technology and the expertise and the approach really requires a scale where you almost need a corporate headquarters where they're able to have a lot of that boxed up in that corporate headquarters and then deploy out to the individual facilities, things like payroll, IT, all those kinds of things. So you've really seen a transformation in the profession from these little one-off standalones to more of a corporate kind of situation. That has its positives and negatives. The negatives are that each individual county, village, and town in this state, and I suspect in all the other states, are very different. They're different from an ethnicity standpoint, they're different from a cultural standpoint, and when you try to have a corporate headquarters on one side of the state serving a facility way on the other side of the state, you've got an imbalance there. It's not equal, and they don't understand and talk to each other as well as that single facility that dots the landscape, on a statewide basis. So that's the downside. A huge upside, though, is consistency. And consistency in care, consistency in level of service, and helps to meet the general expectation of what's out there. So where you had all these levels of care that were all over the board, some very good, some very bad, the scaling and the corporate headquarter things allows you to bring a consistency to the table that really, from a statewide perspective, gives you better control, I think. If I were a regulator, a governmental Department of Health trying to rein in a certain level of quality, you can do that a little bit more easily because you meet with the corporate headquarters and dictate a little bit more on that end, as opposed to having to run all over the state to each facility and try to get through to people. So that's what you're up against.